Hello viewers and welcome back to the Elite Karting Series here at Buckmore Park for round 3 of the 2024 season. We've had a whole host of racing already this afternoon, Split 1 possibly being the most entertaining of all of them. And well, they're taking to the circuit for their second race of the day very shortly. Olly Smith is on pole position ahead of long-time rival in this round, Jack Simmons. Only 700ths of a second between those two drivers. Tiley-Gooden and Ryan Sandall will make up row 2, keeping an eye on our top 2 as they make their way down into turn 1. Archie, Bullard and Mark Puxty are row 3 with Carlos Albanit and Nathan Maximin on row 4. Frederick Navarro has been put into 9th position. No lap time set for him due to having a transponder issue, so he's been put into the middle of the grid for fairness. Jack Harrison, the rest of your top 10. Charlie Foster is in 11th position with Andrew McWilliam joining him on row 6. Andrew looking to gain a little bit of pace in this one as he prepares for his huge race in a couple of weeks' time. Jamie Sherman Chase and Richard Lavender are row 7 with Alex Brazier and Philip Babalal on row 8. Chris Bowers promoted to Split 1 after winning Split 2 race 1. Split 1 race 2 about to get underway, about 10 seconds from the lights here. And well, should be an interesting one with Olly Smith on pole position, just only about 700ths a second ahead of our second place runner, Jack Simmons. Let's get ready to go to the lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Tiley-Gooden immediately moving over to cut off Ryan Sandall as they make their way down into turn 1. There's a battle for the lead as I believe Jack Simmons gets himself into the lead ahead of Olly Smith. Now Ryan Sandall trying to the inside line into hairpin 1, just about covered off by Tiley-Gooden, but gets back to the outside line and they stay together into hairpin 2. Tiley-Gooden staying where he is, so it is your top 3, Jack Simmons, Olly Smith, Tiley-Gooden, then Ryan Sandall just behind. Jack Harrison has lost a position to Andrew McWilliam and now a position to Nathan Maximin as well. Chris Bowers under pressure, putting pressure on Alex Brazier rather, and now Philip Babalal gets past Alex Brazier. Let's see what he can do on Philip Babalal. There's a little bit of bumping between the two of them. Chris getting ahead of Alex Brazier though, that's the important thing in these early stages.
Jamie Sherman Chase meanwhile up the inside of Charlie Foster. You can see at the top of the shot they went side by side, then going through Garda, but they haven't stayed in position for the time being. It's a good start then by Jack Simmons. He got the run on Ollie off the line, uses his weight advantage to his advantage as now I think that's Archie Bullard up the inside. It is indeed of Ryan Sandall. So Archie put Bullard now up into 4th place, went for the move then into Conway's, and now he is ahead as Ryan Sandall. Can he get back past into Heaven? No, he can't. He's on the outside of Archie Bullard heading up to it, and he's now slotted in behind him. As we're looking further down the order, we've got Alex Brazier right behind Richard Lavender, now looking up the inside and going through the S's. That is a good move there by Alex Brazier, still side by side with Richard Lavender as they head now down, going through Sign Sweep. Who is going to come out on top? I think it is going to be Alex Brazier as Ryan Sandall now is looking up the inside of Archie Bullard, heading up to Garda, but not able to make his way through there. Now running on board with Frederick Navarro. You can see you've got Mark Puxty right in front. Mark Puxty, our only heavyweight driver in this race, heading up to the start finish line. It's going to be Jack Simmons who is still in the lead of this race, but he has Olly Smith all over the back of him as they head now down into hairpin 1. Olly Smith thinks better off going for the move there. I think he's trying to work together with Jack Simmons here, trying to pull away from the pack behind us and now head through hairpin 2. That's a move now by, that is a move by Olly Smith. I'm going to say Andrew Williams just got past Nathan Maximin, but Olly Smith, he is now into the lead of the race. So a good move there by Olly Smith. He got the run on Jack Simmons coming out of hairpin 2. That's a very difficult move to do, to get enough of a run to be alongside by the time you get to the S's, but he has managed to make it work. So Olly Smith now, he's into the lead of the race ahead of Jack Simmons. And we've got James Tiley-Gooden right behind as well. You can see from this epic drone shot, you can see all the karts following their way through Garda, that massive pack of karts. So we're all side by side. I think that was Jamie Sherman Chase up the inside of Charlie Foster and Jack Harrison now up the inside of Jamie Sherman Chase. But it is now, is that a move for the lead? It is. That's Jack Simmons who's back into the lead of the race. You can see from this drone shot, Jack Simmons is back into the lead, but Olly Smith up the inside into hairpin 1. What a battle this is for the lead. What a move that was by Olly Smith. Now he's looking up the inside again. I think that is Jack Simmons. He has managed to make his way back into the lead, but now Olly Smith, he's got the run out of hairpin 2. He's back into the lead of the race. That was a good move there by Jack Simmons going into Conway's at the start of that lap. He momentarily was into the lead of the race. Olly Smith got him straight back past. Then they were side by side going through hairpin 2, and it is now Olly Smith back into the lead of the race with Jamie Tiley-Gooden right behind. Archie Bullard meanwhile is holding on 2 4th places at the moment. Ryan Sandall's looking all over the back of him, heading up to Garda, but it has stayed Archie Bullard in 4th ahead of Ryan Sandall. Then you've got Frederick Navarro. He's managed to make his way past Buxty in amongst all this, and Frederick Navarro is now up into 6th place ahead of Puxty. And then you've got Andrew McWilliam, who's at the front of this huge pack of karts who are all battling out for 8th place.
Yeah, I was going to try and summarise what was going on for 8th place, but so much has happened that it's virtually impossible to do. What I can tell you is it's Olly Smith, Jack Simmons, Jamie Tiley-Gooden, Archie Bullard and Ryan Sandall, your top 5 at the moment. Alex Brazier looking to the outside of Philip Babalao, can't quite find a way through. Chris Bowers now trying to have a battle with Carlos Albanis as they make their way through into the S's and then down into the last couple of braking zones on this circuit. Alex Brazier down the inside of Philip Babalao. That is a huge move, very close to Philip Babalao, but Philip able on the outside line to just carry a little bit more speed through Garda and stay where he is. He's keeping that eye on Chris Bowers, who now tries to get himself ahead of Carlos Albanis. They're so close together, and actually Chris Bowers now down into turn 1. Conway's try and make a way through Carlos Albanis with a very smart defence. Olly Smith back into the lead of the race ahead of Jack Simmons. Jack, however, will try and get an exit out of hairpin 2. Won't quite do so, but it's all over the back bumper of Olly Smith through into turn 2. Chris Bowers now side by side with Carlos Albanis. Carlos goes to the inside line now. Is this Philip Babalao on the inside? It's not, excuse me. That, by the looks of things, number 6 Karts. That's looking at down on my timing screens, Jack Harrison all the way up the order. So Jack Harrison has climbed up the order, got ahead of Chris Bowers. Took a while to fish him out on the timing screen there, but Jack Harrison ahead of Chris Bowers, and now down the inside of Carlos Albanis. It's a late move, it's a dive bomb, but it's just about fair game, and he's ahead of Carlos Albanis as well as the leaders battling once again. Jack Simmons side by side with Olly Smith as they made their way through into Conways. Now through hairpin 1, the gap lengthens out ever so slightly side by side in the background as well. That is for 5th position, I believe. Archie Bullard and Ryan Sandwell. In fact, no, it's Frederick Navarro who got overtaken there, Luke.
Yeah, it is indeed. Now heading through hairpin 2, Carlos Albanis. He's up the inside of Philip Babalao. I believe that is now making their way down to the S's. Babalao around the outside. I think he may come out on top here as there's a couple of right-handers coming up. But yeah, battling all throughout the field. You can see from Alex Brazier that indeed Philip Babalao has dropped behind, and Carlos Albanis did actually have Richard Lavender inside briefly as they headed down the hill. But Richard Lavender is now tucked in behind as Alex Brazier heads up to guard right on the back bumper of Richard Lavender. Richard Lavender, meanwhile, he's using hand controls in this race for those not aware, so he's doing a fantastic job here as he now runs side by side with Alex Brazier going through Cafe Curve, and I think Alex is going to get better of him here. You know, you can see from the drone shot, Ryan Sandall, he's got a car up his inside, so I believe that is that Frederick Navarro up his inside? No, it's not. Is that Andrew McWilliam? I think it might be, as they now head their way through hairpin 2. It is now Olly Smith in the lead of the race. He's actually pulled a bit of a gap here on Jack Simmons. Jamie Tiley-Gooden is second down into 3rd place. Then you've got Archie Bullard, Frederick Navarro, Ryan Sandall and Art Puxty.
Somehow split 1 has started to settle down, but Frederick Navarro looking on the number 10 cars of Archie Bullard into Garda. Can't quite find a way through. He's impressing here is Frederick Navarro and gets the run on Archie Bullard as they make their way through into Cafe Curve and then into turn 1 once again, all over the back of Archie Bullard. Will he find the space to make the move into Conways? He's going to sensibly stay behind. Bit of a mistake for Archie Bullard. Frederick capitalises. He will not make a mistake about that and is up and ahead of Archie Bullard into 4th position. But actually, that becomes 3rd position in the juniors. Ryan Sandall looking down the inside of Archie Bullard as well. Late move for Ryan and just about avoids clattering into the back of Frederick Navarro. Gets ahead of Archie Bullard as well.
Archie Bullard's doing a really good job here today. He's usually a DMAX driver by trade. He is the dominant driver at Sandown Park in their DMAX karts. He won the last few championships back to back down at Sandown, but he's doing a good job here today, driving in unfamiliar Sodi karts, as we can now see the karts making their way through Garda. That is a move up the inside there by Jack Harrison, up the inside of Nathan Maxman going through Garda, and Jack Harrison has managed to make his way through now and up into the top 10 in this race. The drivers come across the start finish, so we've got Ryan Sandall going defensive against Archie Bullard, now making their way down at 2 hairpin 1. Is Archie going to go for a move here? Thinks about it, but decides not to go for it in the end, as these guys are battling out for 4th place on the road. Like you say, Ryan Sandall, he is a senior driver, whereas the 2 drivers around him are junior drivers. So it's not a battle for points as such, it's just a position, a battle for the overall position within this race. Now coming down to the bottom of the circuit, you've got Olly Smith. He's pulled the right gap now over Jack Simmons, and now we've got Frederick Navarro in 4th place right in front of Ryan Sandall. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, by the way, is doing a superb job in this event. He is not used to soda guts in the slightest bit. He's only driven a soda gut once before on a practice session at Milton Keynes, so he is learning soda gut on the fly here and doing a really good job here, running in third place. Also using this event as practice for the kart race champions. Now Charlie Foster's looking at the inside of Mark Puxty, going through Conways, and I think he's managed to make that move stick. So Charlie Foster 25 kilos lighter than Mark Puxty. That enabled him to get the run on Puxty going up to Conways, and he has managed to make his way through. So Charlie Foster now into 7th position in this race, ahead of Puxty, who has Andrew McWilliam, another driver doing kart race champions, right behind him. So yes, Olly Smith, like I say, in the lead of the race, ahead of Jack Simmons, with Jamie Tiley-Gooden in 3rd place and Fred Ferrari in 4th.
Chris Burris all over the back of the number 17 of Alex Brazier, but no way through for him at the moment. They've got Carlos Almanis in this train as well. Still keeping an eye on the lead of the race then. Olly Smith has got 1.5 seconds in hand, but we know how quickly that can start to fall away from you if you're driving in one of these karts, especially as Alex Brazier looks. Andrew McWilliam is having a bit of a battle as well, Luke.
Yeah, Andrew McWilliam just slotted one up the inside there of Mark Puxty, so that was a good move there by Andrew. Got the running him going up the Sicily straight, and he's now through on Mark Puxty up into 8th position. Like you say, Chris Bowers was battling away then with his teammate Alex Brazier. Now Chris Bowers on the outside of Carlos Almanis as they head through hairpin 2, tucks back in behind Carlos on the run then down to the S's. So that was a good move then by Chris Bowers on the previous lap on Alex Brazier going into Garda.
Chris Burris then still keeping an eye on Carlos Almanis. He had such an overspeed into Garda. Is there going to be a move? He goes to the inside line, makes it look very early. It's a late defence from Carlos Almanis, but it's a staunch defence from Carlos Almanis. As now Chris Burris looking in at the slipstream, trying to find a way through. Nathan Maximin, by the way, has got Jamie Sherman Chase just ahead of him. He goes to the outside in to Conways. Jamie has to go defensive. Will the space open up into Henry's? No. We'll wait for hairpin 1 then for Nathan Maximin, but he can't find a way through on Jamie Sherman Chase just yet. Back on the outside for hairpin 2 as they're into what might just be the penultimate lap of this race now. So Olly Smith will cross the line to start his penultimate lap. Alex Brazier on the inside of Carlos Almanis, who's been overtaken by Chris Burris, and now Alex right in the slipstream, still stuck between a bit of a rock and a hard place here, Luke. He hasn't really been able to find a way through. He's watched the battle unfold just in front of him and hasn't really been able to get involved in that battle.
No, yes, and that was a good move as well by Philip Babra on the previous lap. He went out alongside with Nathan Maximin going through the S's, but wasn't quite able to complete the move, as Nathan then had the inside for the next couple of corners. But running on board with Nathan, Jamie Sherman Chase did actually get through a couple of laps ago with a really good move on Nathan Maximin. Now Nathan Maximin's got Philip Babala back up his inside now as they head down to hairpin 1 for the penultimate time this race. I think Philip Babala has now managed to complete the move. He has indeed. So Babala then, he is through on Nathan Maximin. He's now up into 12th position in this race. Olly Smith, meanwhile, it's Jack Harrison, Jack Harrison up the inside of Mark Puxty going through side sweep. That's not a corner which you want to be going up the inside, really. It's a very dangerous corner, one of the fastest corners in the country, and Jack Harrison luckily backed out of that there, thought better of it, and he's allowed Mark Puxty to stay in front. But as we come on to the final lap of the race, Olly Smith, he's built a huge lead over Jack Simmons. He's leading by 3 seconds. Fantastic consistency from Olly Smith, and Olly has done a 49.2 at 80 kilograms as Jack Harrison now does manage to make his way past Mark Puxty going in to Conways. But Olly Smith, he's doing some incredible lap times here for an 80 kilogram driver. Such good driving. Olly using all of his experience around Buckmore Park to good use, as we've now got Philip Babalau on the outside of Jamie Sherman Chase going through hairpin 1. He went up the inside into hairpin 1, became the outside for hairpin 2, and Jamie Sherman Chase has managed to now hold on to 11th position.
Here comes Olly Smith then out of Garda for the final time. We'll be keeping an eye on the rest of the battles that are going on, but it's been a dominant drive for Olly Smith, who is back to the top inside of EKS Split 1, weaving across the line in celebration. Ryan Sandall, last gasp chance to try and get past Frederick Navarro up to the line, but Frederick will stay where he is inside of our junior podium. A really good drive for Frederick Navarro, who only got into Split 1 by the skin of his teeth this morning, proving that he has all the merit in the world to be here. Unsurprisingly, there wasn't much separating Olly Smith and Jack Simmons, with Olly Smith being your race 2 winner. Jamie Tiley-Gooden makes up the rest of the top 3, but second inside of the junior class, Frederick Navarro for Bradley Shepherd Racing is in 4th position. Ryan Sandall makes up the rest of your top 5, with Archie Bullard sinking into 6th. However, he has shown some fantastic pace throughout this race and actually hasn't been too far off it throughout the course of the round. So into race 3, he'll definitely be within a shout. Charlie Foster is in 7th position for Connecticut Racing, the junior team, with Andrew McWilliam in 8th. Actually, a pretty good drive for Andrew from 12th on the grid. Jack Harrison and Mark Puxty make up the rest of your top 10. Jamie Sherman Chase is in 11th position with Philip Baralal in 12th. Nathan Maximin finishes in 13th after some entertaining battles of his own throughout the course of this race. RWW's Alex Brazier is in 14th position with Carlos Almanis in 15th. Richard Lavender finishes in 16th position with Chris Bowers finishing in 17th after being promoted into this heat. However, he did get a bump past 5-second penalties. That is why he's fallen down the order.
Okay, I'm here with Frederick Navarro and Ryan Sandall. You were 4th and 5th respectively in that race. That was a really good battle there in that race. How did it go for you two?
It went really well. You know, I was after in the first heat where my transponder didn't work, starting 9th in my second one. You know, all I had to come into is just trying to get up the pack and overtake everyone I can.
Yeah, it was really good overtaking, getting through the field there, so well done. And Ryan, how did it go for yourself?
I think his overtaking was very good because I got through when he overtook, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, obviously he's a bit light, so he's getting away from me a little bit, but I used him as a to get through, so worked for me. Very good.
Well done, good race.